Noah's story. A story of faith, obedience, and new beginnings. What would you do if God asked you to build a giant boat when there was no rain, no ocean, and no sign of a flood? Now, this is the incredible story of Noah.
Long ago, the world was very different from how we know it today. People had forgotten how to be kind. Violence, greed, and selfishness filled the land. Instead of caring for one another, many chose to do whatever they wanted, without thinking about what was right or wrong.
God saw this and felt deep sadness. He loved the world he had created, but it was broken by human choices. Still, among all the people on earth, there was one man who lived differently.
His name was Noah. Noah was not perfect, but he was faithful. He tried to do what was right even when everyone around him did the opposite. He listened to God and trusted him. One day God spoke to Noah and gave him a shocking message. God said the world would be flooded because of its wickedness, but God also had a plan to save life and begin again. Noah was chosen to be part of that plan. God asked Noah to build a massive boat called an ark, big enough to hold his family and pairs of every kind of animal.
There was only one problem. At that time, it had never rained like that before. But Noah believed God. Noah lived far from the sea. People laughed at him, they mocked him. They thought he was foolish. Noah began building the ark exactly as God instructed. The ark was enormous, long, wide, and tall. It took many years to complete. Day after day, Noah worked. All while people watched and laughed, hammering, lifting, measuring. They asked, "Why are you building this huge boat?" Noah warned them about what was coming, but no one listened. Still, Noah did not stop. This is where Noah's story becomes very real for us. He obeyed God even when it didn't make sense. He stayed faithful even when he stood alone. When the ark was finished, something amazing happened. Animals began to arrive, 2 by 2. Lions and sheep, birds and insects. Large and small, wild and gentle. Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives gathered the animals and brought them into the ark. Then God shut the door. Soon after, dark clouds filled the sky. Rain began to fall. And it didn't stop. Rain poured from the heavens. Water rose from the ground. Rivers overflowed. The land disappeared beneath the flood. For 40 days and 40 nights, rain covered the earth. Everything outside the ark was washed away. Inside the ark, Noah and his family waited. They waited through the storm. They waited through the silence. They waited, trusting God. After many months, the rain finally stopped. Slowly, the water began to go down. One day, the ark came to rest on a mountain. Noah sent out a bird to see if the land was dry. At first, it came back. Later, it returned with an olive leaf, a sign that life was beginning again. When the ground was finally dry, God told Noah to leave the ark. Noah and his family stepped into a new world, clean, quiet, full of hope. The first thing Noah did was thank God. Then God made a promise to Noah and to all living creatures. God placed a rainbow in the sky as a sign of his promise, that he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. The rainbow became a symbol of hope, mercy, and new beginnings. Noah's story is not just about a flood or a giant boat. It is about trusting God when things don't make sense. It is about doing the right thing even when you stand alone. It is about faith, obedience, and hope. Just like Noah, we may face moments when following what is right feels difficult. Others may laugh, others may not understand. But Noah's story reminds us that faith is not about being popular. It's about being faithful. And even after the darkest storms, God can bring new beginnings. So whenever you see a rainbow, remember Noah's story, remember that hope still exists, and remember that doing what is right can change everything.